Hello everyone. We are doing chapter number 21, Neural Control and Coordination. This is the third video, class 11th Biology. In this video, we will study two sense organs in detail: eye, its parts and mechanism of vision, and ear, its parts and mechanism of hearing. First, let us see what are sense organs. These are the organs which detect changes in the environment and then send this information to central nervous system. There are 5 types of sense organs present in our body. See the diagram. These are eye, ear, nose, tongue and skin. And we will study about eye and ear in this video. Let us start with eye. Where are eyes located? The two eyes are located in sockets of skull called orbits. See the diagram A showing 2 orbits where eyes are located. Now let us see the parts of eye. Eyeball is spherical in shape. See diagram B and labeling 1, 2 and 3. These are 3 layers of eyeball. First is sclera, outer blue color. Second is choroid, middle red color, and third is retina, inner yellow color. So eyeball has 3 layers: sclera, choroid and retina. Now let us study about these 3 layers in detail. First layer is sclera. See the side diagram, labeling 1. It is outer layer or external layer of eyeball called sclera, and special features about this layer are: it is formed of dense connective tissue and its anterior part is transparent and it is called cornea. See labeling 4 inside diagram. It is cornea and it is shown by white layer. See these two, sclera and cornea, in the lower diagram also. The white part of our eye is sclera, while a transparent part above the black part of eye is cornea. Now, second layer, choroid, it is middle layer of eyeball. See labeling 2 in diagram. It is shown by red color. Now, note special features of this layer. It contains blood vessels and looks bluish in color. Choroid का posterior 2/3 part thin होता है, and see towards anterior it is thick and it forms ciliary body. Labeling 5 in diagram is showing ciliary body. Let us see some more details about choroid. See labeling 5, it is ciliary body, and labeling 6 is iris. Ciliary body continues forward and form iris, and in the center of iris, labeling 7, it is pupil. It is the opening in iris. So if you want to see pupil and iris, stand in front of mirror and see the central part of the eye, which is dark black in color. It is pupil, and around pupil slightly lighter color part is there. It may be brown, grey or blue in color. It is iris, and white part of the eye is sclera. You can see all these 3 parts in above diagram also. One more important point about pupil: its size is regulated by muscle fibers. Now, next important part is lens. See labeling 8 in diagram. It is transparent and crystalline, and it is held by suspensory ligaments. Labeling 14 in diagram. These are ligaments and are attached to ciliary body. Third layer is retina, shown by yellow color in diagram. Retina is inner layer and it contains 3 layers of cells. See above diagram. These 3 layers of cell from inner side to outer side. 1. Ganglion cells, 2. Bipolar cells, and 3. Photoreceptor cells. Photoreceptor cells are of 2 types, rods and cones, and they contain photosensitive protein or photopigments. These photopigments are formed of 1. Opsin, a protein part, second retinal and aldehyde of vitamin A. Now see the rod cells. See side diagram, rod cell is shown here. They are responsible for twilight or scotopic vision, or you can say they help to see when light is less or in dim light. Rods have purplish red protein which is called rhodopsin, and it has a derivative of vitamin A. So, if we don't take sufficient vitamin A in our diet, it leads to a disease called night blindness. Here, person is unable to distinguish different shades of dark, or person is unable to see in twilight or in dim light. Next, let us study about cones. They function during day, or they are responsible for photopic vision and also for color vision. See the diagram. Cones are three types containing pigments which respond to red light, green light and blue light, and we see different colors because of these cones only. But when these three cones stimulated together, then white light is produced. Now come to posterior part of retina. See diagram labeling 13 देखिए. It is optic nerve leaving the eye, and here retinal blood vessels enter in eyeball. Now see labeling 10. Photoreceptors are not present at this point, and it is called as blind spot. Also see yellowish pigment spot just lateral to blind spot. It is labeling 9 in diagram. It is yellow spot with central pit called fovea. At fovea of retina, only cones are pegged, and it is the point of greatest visual acuity or resolution or sharpness, and it is the point where center of the image falls. Next, see the position of aqueous and vitreous humor in eye. See the diagram. Between 4 and 8, or you can say between cornea and lens, a chamber is present called aqueous chamber, which is filled with fluid called aqueous humor. Labeling 11 in the diagram is aqueous chamber filled with aqueous humor. Next, between 8 and 3 means between lens and retina. The chamber is called vitreous chamber, and it is filled with fluid called vitreous humor. So labeling 12 is vitreous chamber in diagram filled with vitreous humor. Now come to the mechanism of vision. 10 points are written here. Start with point 1. Light reflects from object and it enters the eye passing through cornea and lens, and it focuses on retina. Pigment on retina breaks into retinal and opsin. As a result, permeability of membrane change हो जाती है. Potential difference generate हो जाता है rods and cones में, and then this action potential passes to bipolar cells and then to ganglion cells, and impulse transmit हो जाती है brain में via optic nerve. Brain analyze करता है image को and it leads to vision. Now next sense organ is ear. It is responsible for hearing and for balancing, and it has three divisions: external, middle and inner ear. See the three divisions of ear in the diagram, and now let us study these divisions in detail. Now start with external ear. See the diagram. See labeling 1 and 2. One is pinna or earlobe, and second is auditory meatus or ear canal. We can see hairs at the opening of ear canal, and also glands called ceruminous glands are present in ear canal, and these glands are responsible for secreting wax. Both these hairs and wax prevent entry of foreign objects like insects in the ear. The third part of external ear, which is very important part, is eardrum or tympanic membrane. See the diagram. Labeling 3 is eardrum. It is located at the end of ear canal. It is a semi-transparent membrane. Its outer surface has thin layer of skin and its inner surface has mucous membrane. Come to middle ear. See labeling 4, 5 and 6 in the diagram. This is middle ear. 4 is tympanic cavity, 5 is ear ossicles and 6 is auditory tube or eustachian tube. 4. Tympanic cavity. It separates external ear and internal ear. 6. Auditory tube. It connects middle ear with pharynx and auditory tube help करती है to maintain equal pressure on both sides of ear drum. Now labeling 5, ear ossicles. There are 3 small bones. See diagram. A, B and C are 3 bones. A is malleus, which attaches with eardrum. B is incus and C is stapes, which is the smallest bone and attached to inner ear by oval window. See labeling 6. It is oval window with which stapes is connected. Now inner ear. See right side diagram. This is inner ear. It consists of 1. Bony labyrinth, 2. Membranous labyrinth. Blue color part in diagram is bony labyrinth. See labeling 1. This is a cavity which is filled with fluid called perilymph, and pink color part in the diagram is membranous labyrinth, which is present inside the bony labyrinth. So labeling 2 in the diagram is membranous labyrinth. Membranous labyrinth has 2 parts. 1. Cochlea. It is coiled part in the diagram and it helps in hearing. Second is vestibular apparatus. It helps in balancing. Now let us study these parts in detail. Cochlea. It is coiled part. See right side diagram. It is a sectional view of cochlea. It has 3 canals. A. Scala vestibula, shown with blue color. B. Scala media, shown with green color. And C. Scala tympani, shown with blue color. Now see the membranes in the diagram. Regional membrane between A and B means between scala vestibuli and scala media regional membrane is present. Second, basilar membrane between B and C means between scala media and scala tympani basilar membrane is present. Next, scala vestibula and scala tympani are filled with perilymph and scala media is filled with endolymph. Next, special structure of cochlea. See diagram. On basilar membrane towards scala media, there is labeling D. It is organ of Cochlea and it is shown with pink color. Organ of Cochlea has sensory hair cells which are in contact with tectoral membrane. Labeling E shown with red color is tectoral membrane and F are sensory hair cells and both are in contact with each other. Now let us quickly see all the parts of cochlea. Labeling A is scala vestibuli, B is scala media, between A and B is regional membrane, C is scala tympani, between B and C is basilar membrane, D is organ of Cochlea, E is tectoral membrane and F are sensory hair cells. Now come to vestibular apparatus. It is located above cochlea and it has 2 parts, 3 semicircular canals and 1 otolith organ. Now see the labeling 1, 2 and 3 in diagram. These are 3 semicircular canals. 2 semicircular canals are vertical and 1 semicircular canal is horizontal. Now see the end of each canal. It is swollen and it is called ampulla, and inside ampulla is present a lump called crista ampullaris, which has hair cells. Labeling 4 in diagram is showing ampulla of each semicircular canal. Let us now see the parts of otolith. See the parts of otolith in the diagram. 1. Utricle, labeling 1 है ये. 2. Saculae, labeling 2 है. These two have a projecting ridge on upper side, labeling 3. It is macula. And note, the crista and macula both help in equilibrium and balancing. Now, come to the mechanism of hearing. Start with point 1. Pinna collects sound waves. Waves reach to tympanic membrane or eardrum. Tympanic membrane vibrate करती है, and these vibrations will now transmit to ear ossicles and oval window of middle ear, and after this it enters into inner ear. Perilymph in the vestibular canal vibrates. Now, vibration reach to scala tympani. It is C part in diagram, and then it reaches to basilar membrane. Basilar membrane vibrate करती है. Sensory hair cells of organ of Cochlea press against tectoral membrane. As a result, hair cells get excited, and auditory nerve carries this impulse to brain, and it leads to hearing. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.